Hi everyone, Guyde here, and today we're going to talk about manscaping. Now this subject was on the Gaylic Guide list from the beginning because I didn't always take very good care of my body. There are a lot of things that I wished I'd started earlier to take better care of it. And so basically I'm just going to cover all that stuff that I've learned about how to take care of my body and share that learning with you guys. Today we're just going to cover external things, stuff on the outside of my body, my hair, my face, my skin, that sort of thing. I definitely want to do another video where I'm going to go into more detail about diet and fitness because I think that's also very important to talk about. But for today we're just going to talk about the outside stuff, so let's get started. I am just freshly out of the shower, so I'm just going to show you the stuff that I use in the shower. I'm not going to actually demonstrate it, but I do want to demonstrate some of the actual manscaping that I do for you. So starting from the top, as a shampoo, I use this very basic Pantene Pro-V Classic Clean 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. This is the same shampoo and conditioner I've been using since I was about 16 years old. Honestly, my hair always felt great. I always never had any reason to change it, so it's why I still use this. And I love the big old pump bottle. It means I have to buy it less often. I'll show you the face wash in a little bit, because I actually want to show you the brush that I use sometimes. But for soap, for a general soap, I use this, which is a Dove Men's Deep Clean with purifying grains. I love that it's a Dove bar. It makes my skin feel great, doesn't dry it out too much. And the Deep Clean version of this has little scrubbers in the soap itself. I like a little scrub with my soap bar. But there's sometimes when I like a lot of scrub. And for that, I have this, which is the Kiehl's Ultimate Man Body Scrub Bar. So this is a bit more expensive than your typical soap. Actually, one bar of this costs about 15 bucks, but it lasts a long time, and you don't use it every day. I just leave one of these in my shower. When I feel in the need for a really good scrub, this has some really good little scrubbing elements in the bar itself. So I use this maybe twice, 3 times a week to get a good scrub on, and it lasts for a very long time. I'd definitely check that out. And that's pretty much it in the shower. I'll show you the face wash in a second. But very basic. I mean, there's not really much else I use in the shower. Occasionally I'll use a separate conditioner, but there's not really anyone in particular. It really happens to be whichever one I have at the time. But it's very, very easy. So I get out of the shower, I usually towel dry. And so then starting from the care from the top. So for my hair, I fought with thinning hair when I was in my early 20s. And you know, I didn't do anything about it for a long time. I just sort of thought, oh, it'll stop. But then it didn't stop. It kept getting thinner. So finally, I eventually decided that I needed to do something. So I started using Rogaine twice a day. And that really helped a lot. It helped stop the loss and the thinning of my hair. It's actually very easy to use. It comes in a dropper. So there's a liquid form, that's the one I use. It comes in a dropper. You basically drop it's sort of an oily liquid on your hair. You rub it all through, make sure it's coating your scalp, and then let it dry, and then style your hair as usual. I'm not going to show you that today just because it takes forever to dry, and I want to show you my hair stuff. But you do that in the morning and at night. You do it twice a day. So it's a little bit of a pain in the butt, but it's worth it. Hair loss is a very common problem for young men, and one that we like to think doesn't affect us, but it does. So, don't ignore it. The earlier you start fighting it, the better off you'll be. I mean, I've used Rogaine, and then I started switching, and I also additionally started taking Propecia, which fights some of the hair loss chemicals that happen in your body. And I have more hair today than I did in my 20s, which is a great result for me. I'm basically just sort of trying to hold on to every strand I can at this point. But my advice there is just don't ignore the problem. Rogaine and Propecia are 2 very easy steps you can take to stop it in its tracks and actually get some hair back before it gets too bad. I'll put links in the description down below for more information there. So for actually styling my hair, where is it? I use this S Factor Creamy Molding Wax. This is just something my stylist used once. I loved it. It's very easy to use. I know this is not a Hantafuko sponsored video, that's why I'm not using Hantafuko products. Just a little bit on my finger, smear it in, rub it around real good, so spread it on your hands. And then my favorite technique is I just sort of start from the back, work it into the hair, coat it all everywhere, so then it's all sticking up like crazy, and then lightly push forward. Don't push too far, too down, and keep it a little poofy. And push it forward. Sometimes I do some quick minor adjustments in the front with a comb just to even that up a little bit, but a lot of times it's not necessary. And that's it, very simple. All right, I gotta rinse my hands. Be right back. All right, so now on to my face. So I did just wash my face in the shower, but I'm gonna do it again just because I want to show you the scrub brush I use. And when I was about 24, 25, I went into a Sephora and asked the sales lady for help with a face wash. And she directed me to this, which is Anthony Logistics Glycolic Facial Cleanser. So this has 4.9% glycolic acid in it, but it also has aloe, vitamins A, C, and E, and antioxidants. So it's very good for your skin, it's very healthy for your skin, but that small amount of glycolic acid will basically act as sort of a mini facial every time you wash your face. It'll just give it an extra sort of little sort of rinse of the dead skin cells. It cleans it up very nicely, and it keeps wrinkles from forming, or does its best to keep them from forming. Basically, I've been using it for over 10 years now. People are always telling me that I look younger than I am, and this facial cleanser is what I attribute that to. So I use this twice a day in my morning shower, and then I wash my face again before I go to bed. And then probably twice a week, I use the same facial cleanser, but I use, this is Clarisonic Mia. It's a facial scrub brush. So this is the version 1. I actually looked online before, and there's now a version 2 out. There's also a more expensive men's version. I don't know much about those other versions, but I will put a link to all 3 of them, and you guys can make your decision on which one you want to use. So basically it's just this little brush, this little thing vibrates and rotates and vibrates, and it does a really good job of really cleaning and digging deep, cleans the pores, makes them look smaller, and really just sort of overall, again, reduces the look of wrinkles on your skin, because this really helps remove a lot of dead skin cells and that outside layer of skin. So I'll show you how to do that real quick. Basically you use the same, I use my regular daily cleanser, and then this brush, slow circular motions all over the face is how you do this. So I'll show you how to do it. Face wash, just a little bit in your hand. And then slow circular motions with the scrub brush. See? Very simple. And just rinse the brush, rinse your face, be right back. Okay, so after I clean my face, once a day I use these Anthony Logistics astringent toner pads. Anthony's not sponsoring this video either. I just happen to love their products. So these pads are great. It's basically toner already soaked into a little scrubbing pad. It's got a little bit of scrub to it, not too much. It's very easy. Just sort of wipe across your face. This will do one final toning. Don't get any leftover dirt and skin cells that are still there. And it burns a little. Alright, so once you're toned, then the next step is to moisturize. And for me, I don't like a moisturizer that is too thick, that sits there, that you can feel on your face. That's why I love this Neutrogena Men's Age Fighter Face Moisturizer with sunscreen. So it's got SPF 15 in it. It also has retinol and multivitamins. And again, just sort of that retinol and the multivitamins, it feels like it's doing something good for my face. It absorbs really well. I don't feel it as soon as I put it on. It absorbs very quickly, so it doesn't feel like it's sitting there, and keeps my face nice and moisturized throughout the day. And to this, again, it's a small amount. You just put a wipe on my forehead and one on each cheek, and then rub it in. All right. So for my facial hair, starting from my eyebrows. So my eyebrows are pretty light, but I do get a bit of a unibrow. And the problem with my unibrow is that some of the hairs are thick, but a lot of them are just like really light, wispy hairs. And so because there are a lot of really light, wispy ones, it makes a really pain in the butt to tweeze. And tweezing seems to be the most recommended way I saw on YouTube for taking care of your eyebrows. So if you want to tweeze. I just don't like it. I don't like it the way what it does to my face. It just makes it too hard to do because of the way my hair it grows in. So instead of tweezing, I like to use this little Philip Norelco little handheld buzzer. So it's very easy. I think my best advice for taking care of your eyebrows is less is more. The less you poke and prod and tweeze and pull, the better off you are, I think, in my opinion. I think people tend to over tweeze and over shape their eyebrows, and it just looks unnatural. I like a natural looking brow. I mean, it really depends on your face and how thick your unibrow is. Maybe tweezing is the right thing for you. Maybe you need to do a lot of it. But just for me, I don't need too much. So moving down to other hairs like nose hair and ear hair. For ear hair, actually, it's very easy. Just take that same buzzer that I use. You can use your face buzzer. Just take any guards off, and really just lightly go over the ears. I don't get too much hair on my ears, but every once in a while you get one growing in there. Little hairs grow all over your body. Sometimes you have to take care of it. And then for the nose hair, this same buzzer has a little nose hair attachment. So you'll see it's got a blade on the side instead of in front, and that you just stick up there and mow around like this. Oh, it has a nice satisfying crunch when it gets the hair. And rinse that. Okay, so for my facial hair. Now, facial hair is something that can be very personal to someone. It's a big part of your face. It comes in many different shapes and sizes. There's mustaches, full beards, very detailing, defined beards that you can shave into your face. My best recommendation there is to try a few different things. If you've never had facial hair, check it out. Try it out. See if you like it. If you always have facial hair, try shaving for a while and see if you like that better. For me personally, I used to shave every day with a razor, and I was always breaking out. My skin is very sensitive on my face. So one day I just sort of stopped and let my beard grow in, and I picked up a beard trimmer. And I found that I actually really like the way the beard looks. Just a little stubble. Sometimes I let it grow a little longer. It's pretty short right now. I'm gonna go through the motions of shaving just to show you what I do. But my big thing about getting a buzzer for facial hair is to make sure that you have a regular buzzer, standard barber buzzer with the blade here. And I just want to make sure that you get a buzzer with a guard that goes not just over the top of it, but around the blade as well. And so this is the guard that I'm talking about. So not just over, but down. And the reason for that is when you're shaving your face, if you don't have that round guard there, if you change the angle of the blade, just, if you're working down here and the angle changes, that blade can get a lot closer to your skin than where the guard is. And you can actually touch your skin with the blade, even if with the guard on. But you can't do that with one that goes all the way around. It protects the blade, it gives you distance from the blade the entire way around, and that's the most important thing about getting a buzzer. Other than that, if you're gonna buzz, go against the grain. If you're gonna shave with the razor, go with the grain. If you're gonna shave with the razor, make sure you're doing it right out of the shower so the hair is nice and soft. You use plenty of shaving cream to make sure it's nice and lathery and lubricated. And always be going with the grain. If you go against the grain, you're gonna do damage to your skin. There's a lot more bigger risk of cutting yourself and getting ingrown hairs. So always go with the grain and change the angle of your shave to go with the grain of your face. But if you're gonna use a buzzer, go against the grain, because these you're not at risk of touching your skin, and going against grain will allow you to capture more hair into the clippers. So this one's adjustable. I usually like it about 2.5 to 3 millimeters long. My beard doesn't really need a trim right now, but I'm gonna do it anyway just to show you the motions, how it's done. And rinse this up right back. All right, and the last thing I want to say about my face is about my teeth. I don't use anything crazy for a toothpaste. I use this Crest 3D white toothpaste. I've been using it for about 2 years now. I really like it. But I do want to recommend getting a sonic toothbrush. So I've got this Philips Sonicare. I don't even know if they make this model anymore, but there's lots of different types of sonic toothbrushes in many different price ranges. I noticed a huge difference when I started using a sonic toothbrush as opposed to a manual brush. My teeth feel a lot cleaner all the time. They actually got much whiter using the sonic toothbrush than a manual, and my mouth just feels overall generally more healthy and more clean when I started using a sonic toothbrush. So again, I'll try and find the one closest to this one that I have, but do your own exploring. There's lots of sonic toothbrushes out there with many different price ranges, but I definitely highly recommend one. All right, and that's pretty much all I have to say from the neck up. We're gonna now move down to my abdomen area, and for that I need to do some camera adjustments, so hang on, I'm going for a ride. Hey guys, just kidding about that camera adjustment. Actually, it turns out when I went to go edit these videos, I have enough footage for actually 3 videos on manscaping, so we're gonna do this in 3 parts. That was part 1, talking about the neck up. I hope that was helpful for you guys and gave you some tips on at least what I do. But I'm curious, what did I miss? What are some of the things that you guys do that I didn't talk about that you thought might be helpful? Let's continue this down in the comments below. So part 2, which is coming up soon, is going to cover my chest, my stomach, my back, and my upper pubes. We are going to push some of the limits about what YouTube is going to allow me to show, so you don't want to miss that one. If this video was helpful for you, please give me a thumbs up down below, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to stay up to date and see parts 2 and part 3. If you are already subscribed, you want to hit that little bell notification next to the subscribe button so you get notified as soon as those videos are available. As soon as they are available, I'll put them on the end screen here, and I'll also put a link in the description down below. As soon as I'm done editing, I'll be posting those in the next couple days. So leave a comment below with any questions you have and your favorite manscaping tips for your head or above, and we'll continue this conversation in part 2. And in the meantime, get out there and be who you needed growing up.